is going on, everyone? It's your guy, Cole Jackson, back here on Road Graders, brought to you today on the Russell Street Report, courtesy of DNL Tinting. Go check out dltinting.com for all your window tinting, headlight restoration, car detailing needs, multiple locations around the Baltimore area. Go check out dltinting.com to see what they can do for you. And we are going to be diving into what I think, outside of Lamar Jackson's performance, is probably the most exciting thing about this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that is the emergence of Rashod Bateman. He is finally here. It's the guy we thought we drafted. It took a few years, proving once again the development isn't always linear. If you guys are excited about what Bateman put on tape, if you're excited to dive into it with me, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, drop a comment down below, let me know what you guys think Rashod Bateman's potential is, and that's going to be the focus of this video, because what I want to show you guys is looking at not just yesterday, but the total season of Rashod Bateman, why I think he is the complete package. So we're going to start here with what is one of the key things, and that is his route running, specifically on the edge. And it's just an area that I think is essential to the Ravens' long-term success, because the way that Lamar Jackson had been played on defense in the past was really to take away the middle of the field and force the ball outside the numbers, and the Ravens haven't had the horses at receiver to take advantage of that. Now that we are seeing what we're seeing from Bateman and Zay, this is where I think they can dominate, especially on the perimeter. So we're going to get a play here back against the Raiders. He's at the top of your screen, and we're going to see that route running ability, right? So this is where, when we see the metrics of the separation, this is what we're seeing, and now he's getting the targets to match the separation. So he's going to approach the stem here of his route, attack vertically, and what he does so well on this play specifically is attack the blind spot of the DB. So he's going to release outside here against off-man coverage. So he's going to attack outside, force the corner to play with inside leverage, focusing outwards. Then as he steps up, he's going to bend that back inside. And what that does is it forces the corner here to turn back. So he opened with inside leverage facing outwards. Now he's trying to adjust to the route of Bateman. And as soon as Bateman gets him turning, he is going to then break off his out-breaking route right there. And so by getting him spinning, it gets that separation. So this is the type of stuff that he can do at the sideline in the intermediate to deep area. And that is what Lamar Jackson definitely needed from one of his outside wide receivers. Then we get into a game, or into a play here later from the Bengals game. We're showing blitz here. We're in that cover zero look. And one of the easiest ways to beat cover zero is to eat up this cushion and attack the sideline and against that off man. And so you're going to see right here, it's going to be a very similar play with a diving catch at the end, almost the exact same look. And so he is going to, once again, he's going to release inside. And now we got the opposite, where Cam Taylor-Britt here has opened with outside leverage, protecting the interior, but opening the sideline. And so what Bateman's going to do here is press vertically. As he presses vertically, he gets Cam Taylor-Britt to work vertically as well. And then as he breaks off the route, you can see right here, Cam Taylor-Britt is turning outwards. So there's, again, we got all of that separation. This is why he has that rating against, or the separation metrics that he has. When he breaks off a route, he's wide open, and he's doing it so consistently. Get into a game here against the Commanders. He's at the top of your screen with press man coverage showing. We're not going to get a jam. I think we get a soft release. Bateman's going to work vertically and then snap that back on a comeback. And again, just breaking that off, the quick feet, fluid ability, but it's really that ability to work vertically and then run routes underneath that, and it creates separation, easy catches. We get some of these with his deep route running as well. So this is against Kansas City Chiefs during the comeback. He's at the bottom of your screen, and he's going to work against cover 2 here. And what he does so well here, and why this play works, so the Chiefs are going to drop back in cover 2. You got those cover 2 safeties here, and then you have the corner playing short because it's cover 2. And you can see the reason I think it's cover 2 is because you can see the flat defender here passing off. He's pointing to the on Zay, so he's doing the same. So that looks like cover 2 to me. Drop a comment. Let me know if you guys disagree. You guys know I love discussing these coverages. And so what Bateman does is he's going to run that route over top of this corner. So as he breaks outwards here, he's then going to cut up. And so by doing that, he's going to try and see off this defender and then work vertically, which is where it creates that window. So this zone defender comes off because he's exiting his zone, entering the deep or the high safety zone. And that's when Lamar releases the ball. And that's why there was an opportunity here for Lamar to attack. So just enough separation from that cover 2 safety that far down the field is what created that opportunity and gave a throwing lane for Rashod Bateman. So there's that, see him working that deep breaking route. And that's something that we saw be very successful last night. We also saw it in where he just has Zion McCollum on him. And it looks like they're in... Looks like cover 1 man. Drop it back here. No, they're definitely in zone. They may be playing a combo coverage. Zion follows him as if he's in man. But they're playing a combo coverage on the opposite side of the field. So Bateman, again, is going to work this outwards and then snap upfield. And so it's a very similar type of route, but just against a different coverage. But again, Bateman able to get that separation. Lamar throws such a well-anticipated deep ball here because he's throwing that ball as Bateman breaks. So he's going to release as Bateman is starting to break. That's the type of anticipation throw, but it's that route running ability that is able to create that separation. So he's going to... Right at this point, he's going to start to work back to the sideline, basically make it feel like it's going to be an outbreaking route, and Zion McCollum's in trail technique here. So once he starts to sell it horizontally, McCollum's going to throttle that way, and then he plants his right foot right around this point and then works vertically again. And that's when the ball, I'm way off in terms of where the putting that together. And it's pretty similar. This is against zone coverage against the Cowboys, but it's a similar type of route where he's running these kind of bending crossing routes. And so right here, he's going to absolutely embarrass the safety. So they're just playing 2 high safeties in the red zone here. Bateman's going to attack here and then break it off back, and Lamar just hits him perfectly. The chemistry between these two and what has gained it's incredible to me. So you're going to see right there, boom, wide open. This is, again, separation at its finest. The other thing that I think Bateman has done really well is give Lamar Jackson targets to throw in zone coverage. He's working his way into soft zones of zone coverage really well. And so we saw this in the Bills game. Bateman's at the top of your screen. Snap's going to come. And you see them dropping into, again, looks like cover 2. We're seeing those corners stay low. And you got those 2 deep safeties. So Bateman's going to work into that soft spot, which is over top of the second line underneath the third line. And Lamar's going to just feed that in. And you see him just sit into that. He's just going to sit into that zone. Easy catch, but creates a really nice window. So I like how he identifies the soft zone he's in, and then rather than continue his route or continue to break it down, he's just going to sit into it and just exploit that middle of the field where there's no zone defender. Easy pitch and catch. It's giving Lamar Jackson those windows, easy passes, and we're going to see it again here against the Commanders. Snap's going to come. He's at the top of your screen, and again, just work into that soft zone, and he sits. So doing this pretty consistently. There was that concern in the Chiefs game where Zay Flowers was expected to sit into that zone, and so this is what I think Bateman's doing so well. So he's going to ID that they have. It looks like I thought they had cover 3 on this with not enough depth here, but they could be in a quarter half. But either way, that middle of the field is pretty empty. There's that second line. There's that third line. Bateman's just going to sit in there, curl, and sit, most importantly, because Lamar Jackson's stepping up there from pressure from his right side. And so he sits up, gets in the zone, And then we see it again last night against the Tampa Bay Bucks. A little bit of an opportunity there. Now the Bucks have a coverage bust here, so he's in the slot and he's going to work vertically. And you can see right here, Winfield lets him go. Looks like he was expecting this corner or this safety to drop back, or looking at this corner to drop back. The safety's worked up. So if Lamar Jackson isn't getting pressure from the edge defender here, this is 6 all day. But because he has to scramble and he's throwing on the run, he's not able to get enough juice on the ball to cover this distance, because he's going to have to throw it, 10, 15 yards past him so he can run into it. They're already about, 10, 20, 30 yards separated on the run. So he's going to throw this into that soft spot of the zone. And again, this is the chemistry between the two of them. He sat into that. Just consistently doing the little things extremely well. I believe he's at the top of your screen here. And this is just going to be that release. And that's what I want to show. He has that ability in his release game to run these quick hitters. And he just absolutely cooks the corner. He's just going to release outside. So you're going to see he's going to get into a split up. That right foot right there. So he gets his feet split up. He's going to sell outside, that hip fluidity that he has to break it, plant on this right foot, and then come back inside, create separation. Again, we got nothing but separation there. Easy catch, rolls backwards. We looked at this one last week. This is going to be a pick route with Likely. Likely's going to run a little bit of an out here, pick on that corner, but you're going to see the release here. He absolutely dusts this corner. So he lines up and press, and you see right there, he gives him kind of a two-step shimmy there and gets him turning the other way. So he's going to release inside. So he releases inside, steps back outside, and then plants that left foot. And this is really what the difference is post-injury, is he has that explosiveness back in his feet. And so he explodes off that, and you can see the corner right here facing the wrong direction. And that just, again, how much separation does he have on all of these catches? It's just kind of everything coming together for Rashod Bateman. But it's been awesome to see. I'm so happy for this kid. Someone that, humbled himself, took a pretty low value contract when he could have done a prove it deal. It seemed like he wanted to be here. He thought he saw some opportunity for success. Obviously there was some contract logistics that played into that. The whole 5th year got voided RFA situation, but Bateman wanted to be here. If he didn't want to be here, he wouldn't be here. And it just seems like him, Zay Flowers, Lamar Jackson, they're all vibing, they're all having fun, and it kind of goes against this wide receiver narrative that we've seen, and it kind of goes back to what John Harbaugh said. He said, if guys want to be here catching touchdowns wide open, then they're going to come, and that's what's been happening. So it's all about sustaining the success, continuing to play to Rashod Bateman's strengths, but he just gets better every single game, and I think this is just going to continue to build. So if you guys enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of Rashod Bateman so far. What's his ceiling? What are you guys thinking? Thank you to DNL Tinting for sponsoring this video.